Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about here, this is the parallelogram. So these are two parallelograms. And parallelogram. So a parallelogram has four sides, opposite angles are parallel, equal in sine, equal in, what does that say? Equal in length. Yeah. So it's also called the parallelogram because the opposite sides are parallel to each other. So this side and this side are parallel. Then you also have this side and this side are parallel. So all these marks are the properties. Um, if you know what these symbols mean, you don't need me to explain it. But if you don't, these sides they're congruent. They're congruent. They're the same length. And then these sides are the same length. Opposite angles are the same measure. Opposite angles, the same measure. And then consecutive angles add up to 180. So whatever this angle is, or whatever this angle is, they always have to add up to 180. When you have diagonals, diagonals bisect each other. So this length would be equal to this length. Same thing over here with these two. Then you have angles that match up as well. So if you remember this from last semester, these two green ones with the double mark, these would be alternate interior angles and they're the same. So these are the properties of parallelograms. Other types of parallelograms, you have there's three more, bless you. You have the rectangle, you have the rhombus, and you also have the square. So rectangle, you guys know what rectangles look like. Rhombus, it can be various shapes. And then a square, you know what a square looks like. Here's the rules though. So you know what to look for. These are the rules that tells you what is what. A rectangle, there's only one rule. There are four right angles. So you have four right angles for a rectangle. If any shape has four right angles, it is a rectangle. A rhombus has four congruent sides. So all the sides are the same length. They're a quite easy shape to deal with. And then a square has two rules. A square has four right angles. And it has four congruent sides. So it has both. It has four right angles and it has four congruent sides. But you already knew that. So what that means is a square is a combination of a rhombus and a rectangle. So other ways you can see these two. So the rectangle, if you see a rectangle that looks like this is a square, but it has four right angles. So this is also technically a rectangle. A rhombus can vary more because like this rhombus up to the top looks like a square. So yes, a square is also a rhombus. Um, you can have, like you can squish it and it'll still be a rhombus as long as all the sides are the same length. If you guys are in person, I can show you what this looks like better, but it's okay. Yeah, so like you could even squish it like a lot. As long as all the sides are the same length, that's still a rhombus. So these are the properties you need to know for what we're doing today. Let's do some examples. Yeah. You go over here to the side. So you have a parallelogram and it has a diagonal. And let's give you some information here. So let's say that this is 10. Let's say this is 15. Let's say this angle is, what would be a good angle for this? It's acute. So let's say it's 70. What else are you dealing with? Okay, let's make this right here. 7. Okay, so your assignment will give you a picture and it'll give you some information, something like this. So the things that you need to know. So this is 10. This is also 10. That's 15. This is also 15. This one is 7. This one is also 7. Then for the angle, you have 70 over here. So that means this angle is also 70. If that's 70, these two angles add up to 180. So that means this angle would be 110, which means this angle would also be 110. So based off of that black information, I can figure out everything else. So this is a parallelogram. What else do you have on your assignment? You have rectangles, you have rhombus. Yeah, so it's kind of just like this. It's all this various information. Just use these properties and then you can solve it. So it'll work the same, like, I don't know, I'm trying to give you things that'll be helpful. So let's look at this rhombus. I give it 60 here. It's going to be 90 here because it's a rhombus. And then you have 10 and 12. So this is a right triangle. You can do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. If you know this side length is 12, all the other side lengths are 12. All right, each of these are 90 degrees. If you split it, these are 45 degrees. Yeah, this is split. These are congruent. There's just a lot of information. I'm gonna go and stop the video because I'm kind of just really all the important stuff you need you can pick out from this screen right here.